Today, I'm sitting down with Megan Votruba, who's one of our $10 million agent alumni. She has built an incredible business, works very hard. She's going to take us through where she started, where she's at, and what she's currently building. So, Megan, thank you so much for being on.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of
I'm
course.
excited.
So let's jump right in and tell everybody what was your production in 2025, and then what are you pacing on for 2026?
In 2025, my production was 22 million.
Yeah.
And so every year I just aim to go do better than I did the year before. So if I
Yeah.
hit 24 or when I hit 25 million for 2026, that's my goal. Hopefully it's even higher, but 5 million is the goal.
Okay, cool. So 22 and these numbers 22 in 2025 and then
Uh-huh.
25 in
And yeah,
2026. I love it.
yeah.
And then what was the first year you broke 10 million in production?
So it was actually 2025. I've been skating, right below 10 million for since probably 2023, 8 million, 9 million. And those years in 2024 is when we did our first flip, and that was a big flip, over
Mhm.
3,000 square feet, complete gut job. So I wasn't as focused on real estate in that year. So even coming close to 10 million was good for me. Um,
Yeah.
so, yeah, and I keep a log of it. So I keep a log of every transaction. So
Oh,
I can
cool.
see, yeah, so I can see and know if, like, right now I'm still on track to at least do 22 million.
Yeah.
So I do need to step up the game for 2026 still.
Yeah, so tell me, so what's that like where it's, you're doing like 8, 9, 8, 9, and then all of a sudden it's just kind of like it's that hockey stick. All of a sudden you're like boom, 22. Like
It
what
was
that
incredible. Yeah.
that's kind of like the question, right? Like
Mhm.
what kind of like flip the switch and then hit 10 million and blew past it.
Yeah, I dialed in. I knew that, the year before when I was focused on the flip, I knew that I wanted to go over 10 million.
Yeah.
So I started really focusing on my business, my lead gen, past clients, personal touches, everything. And
Yeah.
the system works and it definitely worked. Um, it's proven results, right?
Yeah. And then tell everybody, what did you do before real estate? So it's like like how long have you been in real estate, and like what did you do before to so now we're kind of going like way back.
Yeah. So, I worked in interventional radiology and cardiology. I was a traveler, so I signed 13, started with a 13-week assignment. Sometimes it turned into 6 months to a year. So I was
Mhm.
actually in Atlanta, and then I came to North Carolina, went out to California. When I landed in Charlotte, I was still traveling. I was going back and forth between Atrium and Novant.
Mhm.
And I fell in love with Charlotte. It's just a great
Yeah.
city, a lot to do. Traffic wasn't anything like Atlanta, so I loved it, and I decided I wanted to stay, but I, I'd always wanted to get into real estate, so I did it, and so that
Yeah.
happened at the end of 2019.
Okay.
Um, I got licensed, and then I hit the ground running in 2020.
Okay. So you are, let's call it 5 years
6
in, entering into your sixth year.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So look,
So
I mean, in 5 years, hitting 22 million in production, you guys. So that's like, just to put it in commission lens, that's like right around $500,000. So
correct.
badass. And
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
You busted your ass for that one. So talk to us about, so you're in healthcare, decide you want to get into real estate. What was your number one source of business when you first started versus today? And is it the same thing?
Yeah, so this was kinda wild. I didn't know anybody in Charlotte. So, I know open houses, people love open houses, you can get great business. They weren't for me. I
Yeah.
If I can enjoy my weekend, I want to. So I actually paid for leads. EXP offered me make it rain leads.
Mhm.
And so, that was I had to build that too. But what I did is a lead would come in and I'd call them. If they didn't answer the phone that day, I'd call them the next day. I called them every day until somebody picked up the phone and answered. So my first year in real estate, I did between 3 and 4 million,
Okay.
not knowing anybody, but that was all online leads.
Okay.
So, then the next year I continued to do those leads. So my whole business has been built from cold calling online leads that hit my website, which is
Well.
not a traditional way to do this, but I personally love it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't mind getting on the phone, but it can be a lot of work, you know, calling these people every day. I had one lady, she picked up the phone. It was 5 or 7 months in, and she's like, "Man, you're persistent." And, she's like she said her cousin was an agent, and she's like, "But I'm gonna use you." And I ended up selling her house and her boyfriend's house. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You have a very distinct gift because it's like you have sync now, right?
Yeah, so now I pay for sync leads, which,
Yeah.
my first year using sync leads, I switched over from Make It Rain. What happened is I started getting all this business. I thought I didn't need those leads anymore. And I paused them and I changed the algorithm when I did that with my Make It Rain leads. So anyway, when I started them back up, it wasn't as good, it wasn't as many because I had
Yeah.
changed the algorithm. So anyway, I got sync leads. My first year with sync, I had a person under contract within 2 months. Sync called me and they're like, "This is wild. It usually takes people longer than 2 months to get somebody under contract." And I closed, 8 deals from sync leads my first year.
Yeah.
So, that was pretty good too.
Yeah, you have a very specific and special skill set with being a caller and like
Yeah.
I'll call it like a relentless caller because
Yeah.
it's like you guys have to realize she's just getting ghosted, right? And she's, people leaving messages, following up, and you running the 9 follow-up attempts, it's like you blow past the rule of the 9 follow-ups in 2 weeks. So, how do you do that? Like, literally, how do you mentally, emotionally get yourself to do that?
So, going back to the beginning, I was so nervous about calling. You really have to just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And then I realized after doing it so much, I got good at it, you know?
Yeah,
And in the whole time of me calling these leads, it's been rare that somebody's yelled at me or said something nasty to me. So I'll just keep calling until they tell me to kick rocks.
yeah,
And if somebody's not happy, fine, I never have to talk to them again. You know,
yeah,
I just take them off the list. So it can be very emotional. It can be very draining too. You know, there's
yeah,
some days where I can call 30 people and nobody will answer. And then there's days where I only plan on calling 10, but
uh-huh,
everybody's picking up the phone. So I just keep going because that's a good day. You know,
yeah,
it's
like, on
it's
a
weird how
streak.
it works out. Yeah. And like I know for my business, if I'm ever slow, I can jump on the phone and if I even dedicate it one day, I can get a lead. A
Yeah,
good solid lead in one day if I call.
yeah, yeah, and I like that because that's, like, absolute control of your business.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, and then today, is that primarily what you still do?
Today, blessed enough that a lot of my business is repeat clients and sphere and
Yeah,
referrals. So, but yes, I still do love the call. I still have my sync leads. I'm starting this week. Actually, I'm getting back to going back to the basics and starting to
yeah,
make more calls again because I did get away from that last year when I did the 22 million.
yeah,
You know, that's a lot. It was 43 transactions. That's almost one transaction
oof,
a week.
yeah,
So, yeah, I want to get back to it
yeah,
and
that's
dedicate
super
even
awesome.
if it's just an hour or 2 a day.
Yeah, and I was that's the being great at the basics makes me advanced and the work works, right? Like, those
Right.
are foundational beliefs and,
Yes.
um okay, yeah, I like that, and this is, like, one of those commonalities where a lot of agents hitting over 10 million in production and beyond, it's like they, in the beginning, found a lead source that it just spoke to them, could be
Mhm.
sphere of influence, could be opens, could be calling, but that's kind of, um, going deeper and building those roots out, and so, yeah, like, obviously, you have plenty of referrals and repeat at this point, but the backbone of being able to call and have that has stuck with you.
Well, and what I realized is a lot of people give up. You know, if they call for a month and they don't get a solid lead, they stop. It took me
Yeah,
5 months to get my first lead. So,
yeah,
that was 5 months of me calling and calling and calling until I got somebody under contract and closed. And then from that month till the end of the year, I capped my first year in real estate.
yeah,
So, it
yeah.
worked. It's
Well,
like
it's
the funnel's
incredible,
open.
and I
Yeah.
think that's too, like, intellectually when you're like, "Oh, I signed up for this thing and I call and it took 5 months," and people are like, "Yeah, okay," but I'm like, Are you capable of calling for 5 straight months mentally, emotionally, like, physically even, like, just from a tired perspective? Like, are you able to do this? So anyway, Megan, I just what you're able to do with the calling is impressive, and
Thank
I
you.
know in the group everyone you're the we call him the field specialist, and you are always the go-to when people wanna get into calling and leads like that, so thank
Yeah,
you
yeah,
for
and I
being
have to
that
have that
person.
conversation with them, always. I'm like, "If you're gonna sign up for this, you have to commit to it. This isn't a one-month thing. This
Yeah,
is, you have to keep doing it."
yeah,
So,
definitely.
and people need to realize too, when you're calling, people don't answer their phone if real estate is not top of mind for them
Yeah.
or if they're busy during their day. They answer when they're ready. And
Yes.
so that's what I learned was none of this is personal. If somebody doesn't call me back, I might have hit them on the wrong day. The next day could be
Mhm.
their good day where they're available and they have time to
Yeah,
talk about it. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I agree. I
Uh-huh.
wholeheartedly agree. Alright, so you joined coaching about 3 years ago. You're at about 5,000,000 in production, and so when you think about, like, the systems that we have, like, which specific systems kind of, like, move the needle for your business? It could be sales pipeline, top 50, safety nets, like, any of it.
Yeah, so
Bring
definitely the pipeline.
pipeline.
I'm a visual person, and so to be able to see it on my board and know exactly where they were, and then having under my pipeline my hot leads,
Yeah,
because I want to focus on my hell yeses, not my maybes. So being able to visually see that on a board um,
yeah.
has been a game changer, really. And it's something so easy, that like before I would have people in my head, I
Mhm.
didn't have them or I'd have them written down. But I didn't have a system to look at them and be like, okay, let me reach out to this person next.
Yeah,
So now on my board, I see who I need to keep contacting. So I
yeah,
brought another buyer back into the market. I met him a year and a half ago. So he's still on my board because I
yeah.
know he wants to buy. So I
Yes,
just kept
later.
reaching out to him. He wants to see a house today. So he's like, we can see it today or tomorrow. And I showed him one. So by not just letting him slip through the cracks,
Yeah.
here he is. And, he's looking in $600,000 range. So
Yeah.
that will be a good
I mean,
one.
that's one of my my favorites, obviously,
Yeah.
is like the truth teller, get our paychecks in front of our
Yeah.
faces and pay attention to it every day. So
Hmm.
cool. Okay, so pipeline board for you. Um, what is your kind of like current machine? So like day to day, what are you doing? Like what does your daily schedule look like? So it's like you're a $22 million agent. Anybody listening that's like, I would love to have that production. What do you do every day and every week? Like what's your stack?
Yeah. So thankfully I've had a TC since day one. Even my very first transaction, I had a transaction coordinator, which is so helpful for me to then do the things that I need to do. So, you know, wake up, I check my pipeline board first, and then I move to my emails, address anything with whoever's under contract in my listings, follow up with them. Um, and then it's lead gen and showing houses. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's simple, not easy,
That's
right?
it.
And it's
2 days ago, because I'm licensed in North Carolina and South Carolina,
Mhm.
so it's a lot of driving. Like, when I have to drive from Charlotte to York and then to Monroe and then, Concord, that's all day driving. So 2
Yeah.
days ago, I hired a driver, so I can make my calls from the car and be safe about it and do my lead gen from the car.
Yeah, I would think
And
that
then that way
and be safe about it. I think
and
that's
be
the
safe about
the
it, but
critical.
this way I'm still in front of my clients. They're still seeing my face, and so we're gonna see
Yeah.
how that goes.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the old adage in sales, like, windshield time is dead time, meaning, like, if
Yeah.
you're driving so, I think
Well,
that's
and
really
that's what I
cool.
realized. A lot of my time was, you know, an hour here, an hour there, an hour there, and I just can't do that.
Yeah.
So
Well, you can, and you
now I
leverage it out with
can.
the driving. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I like that. So, it's the pipeline work and then the most critical things with the and it's part of pipeline work is, like, what's the most critical thing with the transactions going on, and then you go out, do your day, and now I like that you've layered your call so we like layering too, is, like, making money doing what you're already doing, so it's like,
Right.
hire a driver and do your calls while you're out and about, so
Yeah.
brilliant, and
Yeah.
congrats
Thank
on
you.
that.
Thank you.
Um Talk to me about identity, right? So you go from healthcare, get into real estate, then you're brand new at real estate, and now you are, what were you just got top 250, top 500 in the city?
Top 250,
Top 250.
214.
Okay. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So number
214.
214 out of what, like there's like 14,000 plus agents in the market. So that's a lot of identity shifting. So kind of what changed about how you think or operate that most agents wouldn't expect or might surprise them about kind of how you view yourself in the business?
It's a interesting question. So I think that in Charlotte, we have a ton of great agents, even in our organization and coaching. I have met the best agents since I joined coaching, everybody willing to help and whatnot. So I think the identity, though, is for me. When I got into real estate, I saw other agents and not knocking anybody, but people that are chasing a paycheck.
Mhm.
Thankfully, when I got out of the medical field, I didn't have to chase a paycheck. I had enough money where I could have gone a whole year without selling a house, would have been
Yeah.
fine. So for me, like I'm always going to value relationships over transactions. And so being in front of my clients and talking with them and just instead of passing them off. And at one point, maybe I will hire an assistant.
Mhm.
But yeah, just being in front of them and like being more of a becoming a friend almost. I know it's a business transaction, but being there to help is kind of where I found, which was great because in the hospital, helping on somebody's worst day, but this is helping on somebody's best day, like
Yeah.
they're buying a house. And
Yeah.
so,
It's fun.
um, it's 2 totally different things, and just being in front of people and being able to show that I care. Like, I care about them, I care about their money. Like, I'm never going to advise somebody to do something I wouldn't do or I
Right.
wouldn't want for my family members. The worst thing we can do as agents is put somebody in a house that has a bazillion issues just to get a check, and we don't
Yeah.
we don't coach them along. So, does that answer your question?
Yeah, definitely. It's just it's
Yeah.
all about, like, how you operate, you know?
Yeah, for me, it's just, I love my clients. Like, they become friends. I spend time with them. Once the transaction closes, I don't go away. And like I went out Sunday with some clients. We had a
Yeah,
blast and we were just hanging out.
yeah,
My clients invite me over to their homes for dinner. I go to their birthday parties. Like
yeah,
they don't go away. And I love that. I'm meeting new people every day that are gonna be in my life forever now, and it's
yeah,
it's incredible to think about.
yeah. It's a
Yeah.
really, like, special and rewarding profession, and it's, like,
Yeah.
a lot of reverence for what people are going through when we help them buy
Yeah.
and sell and even invest, right? Like, it's
Yep.
just I think it's a lucky, and great profession to be in.
Yeah.
So
I have one right now. I was just talking to him on the way over here. I helped him buy a house 2 or 3 years ago, him and his
mhm.
wife. And, we are under contract now with their first investment property, a duplex. So, and that's great. They came back to me. I, of course, kept in touch with them, but he's like, "Megan, we wanna learn how to invest." And I was like, "Let's do it." And here we
Yeah,
are. So, it's building wealth together through real estate.
yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts about it too,
And
is, like
yeah.
and that's the other thing too, it's, like, that's the easiest way to get repeat and referral clients is, like, help them buy and sell their primaries and then also help them build out their investment portfolios.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. All right, give the listeners some help. So if there's anybody listening that's stuck in that like 4 to 8 million of production range, what would you like prescribe or force them to do over the next 90 days to get their production up?
Go out and do the work, dude. Whatever, wherever you think you can find business the fastest. If it's open houses, then do several open houses a week. If it's calling, hit the phones, start calling. We can get business. Like you could even go out to every time I go into a restaurant, I get a client. So
Yeah.
um put yourself out there. Make videos, put them on social media. Just get yourself out there and let people know that you're an agent. A lot of people, they sit at home and they're like, "Oh, I don't have any business." Well, did you call your friends and family? Let your
Yeah.
friends and family know that, and let them know that you can help them even if they're in other states. I've had people reach out to me
Yeah.
about selling their house, and we know agents all over the country. Those referral fees are great, you know?
Yeah.
You make a
Yeah.
phone call and you get paid.
It's like
So,
dialing for dollars. That's like
yeah. So,
it's
I
the
mean, I've
number
had people
one
reach out. Oh, sorry, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say it's the number one, highest dollar productive activity we do is referring business
Yeah,
and
yeah.
collecting the
And
percentage on that.
I have friends from Ohio reach out now and they're like, "Hey, we're thinking about buying." Great. I know the agent for you to go
Mhm.
to in Ohio, you know, in
Yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia. Same thing. I have a lot of friends in Atlanta, Georgia. If they want to buy, they're always like, "Oh, I wish you were here to help me." And I'm like, "I don't have to be there. I can
Yeah,
still help
I've
you."
got somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, it's like in my mind, like I have an abundance mindset with clients because I'm like, people are clients and people are everywhere. And you've heard me say
Mhm.
that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, like, what are we doing? Just leave your house. And I'm like, people are everywhere. People are clients. Like, go
Right.
talk to them, basically.
Right. Yeah, you
So,
could go to Lowe's. You can meet somebody there,
yeah,
you know?
definitely. Well, okay, so help people out too again, if you don't mind, is when thinking about the coaching program, who do you think it's for and who do you think it's not for?
Coaching is for people that wanna do production. It's not for somebody who just wants to be handed something, like, they want a quick fix overnight. Coaching is a system that is put in place, and if you follow the system, it works,
Yeah.
but you have to be willing to do that, and it's easy, like, anybody can do it. So, the person that can't do it is the person that wants the quick fix. They just
Yeah.
want a lead given to them, and they don't wanna have to work for it, and once you get your system set up in coaching, you never have to do it again. So,
Yeah.
once you get through that, you're done. Your systems are set, now you just have to get the clients, and
Yeah.
then you put them into the systems and hands off.
Yeah. I agree. It's like,
Like,
the work works. That's one of our
yeah,
other favorite foundational thing, and you gotta do the
follow
work
up.
though.
Yeah, follow up, say hi. When we have holidays, I start at the very beginning of my transaction log, and I go
Yeah.
through it one by one, and I individually message all of these people. Some of them I even call,
Yeah.
and make sure that they know that I'm thinking about them. Every month, everybody does get the newsletter.
Can you show that one more time? Because I
Sure.
think the systems don't need to be complicated. So Megan literally has a handwritten book of all of
Mm-hmm.
her past closings, and when a holiday hits, she opens said book and
Mm-hmm.
reaches out to them.
And you can see this is 2021,
Yeah.
2022. And which shockingly enough, 2022, I did 6 less transactions, but I did a million more in production. So
Yeah.
from 6.5 to 7.5. And then I go up again 8 in 2023. And then, 2024, that was, I'm sorry, 9.2. But, and then you get to where I busted over 10 million and it's, got to go to the back of the page.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but a lot of this, and then I can put on here like, "Hey, this was a steer, this was a referral, this was a sync lead." And so it says it there. And, a lot of these people are throwing me referrals from their friends now.
Mhm.
So, and it's great because I do take them to lunch or I do reach out and see what they're doing if they wanna, hang out or do something. And
Yeah, you've really layered the top 50 and the 3 touches on top of, the book you already have, and
yeah.
it's nice to see it's like, so we work a top 50 for repeat and referral, and part of that is exactly what she's saying, is, like, just run through your past clients, reach out to them personally, say hello to them, take them to lunch, like, again, this stuff is simple, not easy, right? Like, but you have to
Yep.
have it organized.
And I think that you posted something the other day, somebody put up some stats.
Mhm.
I think maybe it was yesterday, that, a lot of people have used an agent, but then
Mhm.
those agents go away and they never reach out to their client again after closing.
Yeah.
What was the stats? Do you remember? It was
Yeah,
like,
so it's like so this is the National Association of Realtors puts out their I mean, it's like a thick report every year, but basically every year it says 85% of buyers and sellers would work with the same agent and only 14% do. So it's like to just say it
mhm,
simpler is 85 out of 100 home buyers and sellers would work with the same agent and only 14% do. And then it goes back to the other stats where it's like number 1 complaint about real estate agents is lack of communication, and then number 2 is lazy and not worth our money. So everything we do basically is to combat that whole scenario.
Yeah. Yeah. Those numbers were just wild to hear.
But to me, I mean, they're exciting because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, how easy for us to stack the deck in our favor."
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah.
it's
And
like, send your newsletter, send your market stats, reach
yeah,
out to them once a month, like, it's truly not complicated, but talk to me about that because, like, when I look at the systems we install and everything that I, like, wrote and put together, it's like, none of it seems complicated, but what do you think it is about getting it implemented and then not only getting it implemented, but staying consistent with it? Like, what do you think the challenges are there?
I honestly don't know because it's so easy.
I think so.
Um, so even with Flowdesk, you have a closing or you meet somebody, you put them in Flowdesk, and then the monthly email, it gets, which I do need to send mine today. So
Yeah,
thank you for that reminder. But, it automatically goes out to everybody. You can put your clients on HomeBot, and people love that. And I talk about that when I
yeah,
first meet somebody. The first time I meet somebody and we are walking through a house, I tell them, by the way, when you close, I don't go away. I'm going to put you on HomeBot. I'm going to put you on Flowdesk. If you need a vendor, please reach out to me first because I have people that I know, love, and
yeah,
trust. And I don't want you reaching out to Joe down the street who's going to take your money, when
yep,
I have people I trust. Um, so yeah, it's just wild to me, but I talk about the home bot and I tell people,
yeah,
I'm gonna set you up on this. It's gonna track your equity. It's gonna tell you what it looks like when to refinance, what it looks like if you make an extra mortgage payment over 30
yeah,
years. It tells you what you can rent this place out for. And they're like, whoa. So on the first meeting, they want that, you
yeah,
know? So if they meet another agent and they say, hey, do you have HomeBot? And they're like, what's HomeBot? They're like, I'm just making assumptions. Usually after I meet somebody once, we're good.
yeah,
So, and then the clients do love that. They talk about it all the time and they'll
yeah,
send me messages through there. So anybody who's not using those tools should. That's the
yeah.
easiest way to start.
Yeah, and I think too, it's like the fixation that we have, it's like when you do a closing, it's like there's 2 closings to it, right? It's like one is closing their actual transaction, and then the other is closing the client for life, and I feel like that back half is where most agents miss, where I'm like,
Yeah.
"Don't forget you're closing that client for life and for repeat and referral."
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, um, what do you like, how do you stay consistent?
It's a good question. Force myself. It's some days it's hard. It's not hard to be consistent with the systems. It is hard to be consistent with calling.
Yeah.
um, when I get so busy. So you just have to carve out some time. And so I'm playing around with times right now. I've
Mhm.
been trying to make my calls between 4 and 7 because somebody told me that's the sweet spot. For me, the sweet spot has always been in the middle of the day after 10, between like 10 and 2. So I've been
Mhm.
trying this 4 to 7, and I'm realizing 10 and 2 works better for people picking up the phone for me,
Yeah.
or even 9 and 2. And so for me to stay consistent, I'm literally having to force myself to do that with the calls. The other
Yep.
consistency part, I mean, it's easy. The systems are already in place. As soon as I close somebody, I come home, I write them down in my log book, I put them on HomeBot,
Mhm.
I they're all in Flowdesk, and then I send out a review. How'd I
Yeah.
do? And then, you know, once people close on somebody, don't wait forever to reach out and see how they're doing. I reach out within even sometimes the very next day. Hey,
Mhm.
how's it going? How do you like the house? Within a week, they're
Yep.
moving. They're still in it. Like, I didn't just forget about you. I want to know that you love your house and how the moving process is going.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I think
So
discipline too is what I hear.
yeah,
Like I hear you're like, guess what? Some days I don't want to do it, and guess what? I do it anyway.
yeah, yeah.
It's like
So
you're running a business, you're an entrepreneur, like you're not gonna love everything. So stop
that
expecting to.
that's the thing about real estate. You can tell when we're inconsistent. So
Mm.
if I'm inconsistent this month, I'm gonna see it in 30 to 90 days.
Yeah.
Like, it shows. So, if you're super consistent this month, in 90 days, I'm gonna see that.
Yeah.
And it's wild, and it's true. So,
Yep. Mm, cool. Well, tell me too. So, what are you, if people want to get in touch with you, if they want to support your work, send you a referral, how can they get a hold of you or find you?
yeah, my Instagram handle is, move with Meg V, at move with Meg V. People can call me 850-445-9745. Or follow me on Facebook, get a hold of me through Facebook. So,
Okay. And
yeah,
you are accepting referrals in the Charlotte market?
1000%.
Good. And
Yes.
then tell me too, so give me this, like, what are you working on right now personally or professionally that's, like, lighting you up? Like, what's exciting to you right now in your business or your life?
Well, I'm hopefully going to buy my first investment rental property, not a flip.
Yeah.
Keep this one as a buy and hold. So that's exciting and lighting me up. Hopefully see that one
And you
tomorrow.
can swing our black bat.
Yep, swing the black bat. And then, I'm excited that I hired a driver because I
Yeah,
have, like I said, that was a big step for me. You've been trying to get me to hire somebody. And I know I kind of went the other way of that, but it's because I wanna make my calls and get back to the basics.
yeah,
So, I'm excited that I will be able to do that and see where it goes.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
I know, I am happy that you hired somebody because it was it was overdue, so I'm glad that that's got you excited, and,
yeah,
I'm thrilled that you're joining the buy one rental property a year club,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I already know with you, it's like you're gonna buy one, probably fast you'll have 10, like,
I
I
hope
know how
so.
you are, so
I hope so. I set up an LLC in a different state, to maybe go and do some Section 8
Mhm,
also. But I think that this is great that this house is in Charlotte, the one that I'm
mhm.
looking at. I do wanna get something close to home first and then start rolling with it, and truth be told, I should have done this a long time ago. But I'm doing it now, so we'll see.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're watching this and what's Megan saying is resonating, hopefully you're inspired by her book of business and the path that she's been on. I know I am. And thank you always, Megan, for contributing to the coaching community. It means a lot to me. And
Yes.
if anybody
Thank
wants to join coaching, I will link it in the description. It's an easy next step. You can join a Monday at 1 o'clock Zoom with me, get all the details on it. And if you're ready to do the work, like Megan said, if you're ready to do the work and go for it, we want you in there. So, Megan, any parting or final thoughts for everybody?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you again for having me. But also, if anybody wants to talk about coaching, coaching has I tell you this all the time. I love it. Like, I love being in coaching. I love being around the people that are in coaching. And when you put yourself in rooms with people that, have the same goals as you and you have a lot of 10 million plus agents in coaching and everybody wants to help each other. And so if anybody wants to reach out to me and talk about coaching, I think everybody should be in coaching. Every single person, and you could benefit from it. I know I have. Um, it excites me about real estate. It keeps me excited about real estate. And just having a
Yeah.
community like that, I think coaching is why I have pushed my business so far forward. And
Oh.
I'm so grateful for it. So thank you.
Oh, well, you my pleasure, and thank you for showing up, right? Like, that's the other thing, like, you show up and do the work, so it's like, I can give everybody the systems and the structures and the identity work, but you gotta take it and make it your own,
Yeah.
and you do that very well,
Thank you.
so, alright. Well, thank
All
you,
right.
Megan. I'll talk to you
Thank
soon.
you. See
Bye.
ya. Bye.